Hiker Jay here. This week I'm going to talk about lighting for backpacking trips. I'm going to talk about the light system that I carry on trips and why I carry them, but also the importance of having a dual system, a backup system. I've been in a situation where I've been backpacking and we actually had to hike out 2 miles in the middle of the night and my headlamp died. So we tried different things where the person walks behind you and gives you, but there's so many shadows, it's really bad. Or you try to walk behind them and you can't see anything and you're tripping over things. So lighting is so critical when you go into the backcountry. I would love to hear your comments down below on what you carry as well. But I'm going to talk about what I carry on a regular basis. Number one, I make sure that it takes the same type of batteries. So I have multiple different types of setups, a headlamp, a lantern, and a flashlight. I make sure that they all carry AAA. So that way it's interchangeable and I'm only carrying one style of battery if I'm going to carry a backup. But my philosophy is that I carry 2 at a time. So I might take my headlamp, number one, a headlamp at all times. And the headlamp that I use is just an Eddie Bauer, but of course Petzl and all the different brands make these, is that it has a light beam, a more intense beam, and then a red beam, and then also a warning type of a beam for flashing. For me, I really like having the 2 settings for white light, being just a lighter one that I can have in my tent where it's not so intense, but then a more intense light for hiking and walking where I really need things lit up. But then of course I like the red light too because I'll use that in my tent and not screw up my whole like night vision and that type of thing. So first thing, headlamp at all times, and this one carries 3 AAAs, sticking with that AAA theme for my batteries. Now I used to then carry just a regular flashlight like this. This is just an LED light from Lowe's. My requirements were of course that it's just full of AAAs, but that it has a red light and a white light. So this one has red and also white. It does not have 2 intensities of white, but being that it's an LED, it will last forever. All these are LEDs and they just last forever with the batteries. But when you're hiking in the cold, just know too that your batteries are going to die quicker. What I've kind of moved to now is a headlamp and lantern setup. This lantern is a black diamond lantern, and different companies make them now, and I absolutely love it. The reason being is that it can be in lantern mode or it can be in flashlight mode. So that's pretty sweet. I love to have it just hang in my tent in lantern mode while I'm working, or just set it down by me and I can work on something. But then if I get up to go to the bathroom at night or whatever, I just put it in flashlight mode and I can see really well. It's all LED. This casts out at least 20 feet out in front of me and I can see really well. And then this gives us a nice radius of just kind of around me, a nice warm glow. So the regular flashlight has pretty much been replaced by this, and between the two, they are kind of about the same weight because so much of this is made out of plastic. And I have the link to this down below in my Amazon affiliate. It's pretty sweet. Now this also works on 3 AAAs. So again, sticking with my AAA setup so that I just have one type of battery. Now one other type of light that I've been carrying is my rechargeable. This is my solar power bank, and it actually has a light on it as well. I don't use it a lot, but it's kind of nice to have it. The light, just so if I need to grab it. But I like to conserve my power basically for my phone and my camera equipment. But it is solar powered, which is kind of nice. So if there ever was a situation when I was in a really desperate situation, lost all my light during the day, I could charge this back up and have lighting at night. So that's kind of a cool option. But I don't think that I would go with something like just my headlamp and this. I really would stick with this. Now I know there's ultralight people out there that you can certainly get a lighter headlamp. This one's pretty light, and in my standards, I don't go ultralight, I just go kind of light. And I just like the convenience of these things. So some of you might just say, you know, Hiker Jay, I just want to carry just my headlamp and maybe a backup battery or something, and that's totally cool. This can be used in so many different ways around camp. You can keep it on your head and you always have it. But what I do like is that trick that you do when you're in your tent and you want it more like a lantern. What you basically do is wrap it around your water bottle, turn on your light, and the water bottle will glow and leave more of a nice little bright glow in your tent, other than a really, really sharp light that's just casting down. So that's an old backpacker trip. This is a really old bottle, but it would work with any type of bottle like this. This would probably give you kind of a blue hue. So for me, I always carry the headlamp and one extra source. And that's just me. I like to be extra prepared, but for sure the headlamp is the go-to at all times. And then the secondary is either a flashlight or this lantern, which has become my absolute buddy. I would love to hear what you carry when you go on trips. I understand that there's so many options out there. Do you just take a headlamp and you feel comfortable with that? There's rechargeable headlamps out there now too, which if you took a power bank, then you could actually just recharge it during the day, and that could be a really great option. So comment below, let me know what you carry in the wilderness. And if you would, please hit like and subscribe. Until next time, just remember, life's a hike, so hike happy.